Did you think we'd still be playing home games at Old Trafford, but we've just got this new 100,000 seat next door just having a laugh?
What I'm about to say, I know it's the wrong thing, and I know it's mental.
Okay.
I'm happy with Old Trafford the way it is. It's a bit selfish, but I get to go and sit in my seat in a Stretford and I like it. I like the people around me.
I quite respect that standpoint of actually, because I go back and forth on this.
What's wrong
with it?
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Uncensored with myself, Adam McKola, and that man over there, Joe Smith. After a weekend of football, and right now, I feel like Anthony Joshua, bro.
Beat up, busted, broken.
Yeah. The late night yesterday.
You
know when you have a late Sunday? It really messes up your week, doesn't it?
That can fuck the whole week up, that can just change everything.
I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah.
What did you say when you walked in this morning?
Oh, I said something about I didn't get any sleep.
I'm very tired today.
I didn't do much sleep. I didn't do any sleep. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping very well either. It's just been a weird weekend, hasn't it? Because I thought we'll talk about United obviously, but everyone else won. All the other big boys won.
Apart from
Arsenal
and Man City.
Apart from Arsenal and Man City, but almost they're out of it now.
And looking over there at the back, Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle. That's a good point. But Chelsea won. I think Tottenham won as well, didn't they? The other teams that were going up against, Villa won.
Chelsea looked good.
Did Villa win?
Villa are really good.
Yeah.
Aston Villa are a very good team.
I can't believe Aston Villa are a really good team.
It's Unai Emery.
It is him. It shows you how much
they've also got very good players as well, though.
Yeah, they have got good players.
Like, because even under Gerrard, they had like Leon Bailey and Watkins was there under Gerrard, wasn't he?
Yeah.
They did have the nucleus of a good side.
Yeah. Liverpool won as well, of course. But should we let's talk about United a little bit. Because we obviously spoke during the game. We did the watch along together. There's a few sort of back and forths going on. United, it feels like we've flipped. Whereas last season, I know we didn't win loads of games. Obviously, we ended up finishing 8th. But we would win games and play terribly. Yeah. And like the fan side of me is like, great, we've won the game. No further questions, Your Honour. Like, there's 3 points on the table. They speak for themselves. But the performances were shocking. Like 25 shots against, not 25 goals against. 25 shots against.
The performances didn't make you feel more confident for the next game.
Whereas now, I'm watching these performances going, this is good. This is really good.
And definitely against Palace.
We come away with, we lost to Brighton. We drew to Palace.
Although, you know, it was the first 60 odd minutes at Palace.
Yeah.
Because I thought that the second half of the second half. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think the substitutes really helped us. Bringing Joshua Zirkzee off, which it was incredible to see people giving him stick, you know. During the game when we were watching it, like you looked on Twitter and comments, and I know you shouldn't do those things, but people were really laying into him, and I found that really odd because everything that was good about Man United kind of stemmed from him being in the middle of it all and linking it all up. I thought it was excellent. And you look at his weight of pass, his choice of pass, his ability to control the ball in tight spaces, which is weird because of how big he is. Like, you'd think he wouldn't be good at that. I thought, we had to win the game.
What he does really well as well.
We missed so many chances. Sorry, go on.
With Zirkzee as well, before we move on. He's always there. Like, I know it doesn't sound like, well, anyone can stand in the right place, but they don't. Most people don't stand in the right place. Like, he's always available to receive the ball and he's popping it off to the winger, he's laying it off. Like, he's not someone that, it doesn't seem like he's moving trees to get in the right spot. Yeah. But then you'll have certain strikers up front, like, you know, we don't need to go through names and numbers, but you look at half time and they've had 4 touches. Whereas he's 25, 30 touches, which for a striker is a lot.
He does feel very, I mean, that could change because he could obviously score a few goals and, you know, all that kind of thing. And he's still very young. But he does look like one of those strikers where you go, he only scored 15 goals that season. But the importance of him when he's not in the team is massive. He does look like one of those guys, and he's got a little bit of a Zlatan and a Berber to him in the languid nature of his play.
Yeah.
I really like Joshua Zirkzee. He surprised me a little bit, and it probably proves to be a bargain. And I think that's the thing. I remember saying to you during the game, we've got some good players, you know.
Yeah.
And like, you look at the squad, and we really have got some very, very good players from back to front. Look, Onana, I think maybe the jury's still out, but he's been excellent this season.
Yeah.
Apart from that goal against Liverpool.
Yeah.
But he has been excellent during this season.
His ball playing's been brilliant.
I think De Ligt and Martinez, there's potential for fantastic partnership there.
Yeah.
Potential. You know, they've both had injuries over the years or whatever.
Yeah.
You do hope that doesn't
you
come
need
to
him
fruition.
playing. Yeah.
And then you look at the fullbacks. I think Mazraoui was amazing, and he is amazing. Delo's coming of age, like is becoming a player. He was very good against Palace, not so good against Southampton, but generally speaking, last season he was one of our best players.
Yeah.
And then the midfield, I think we still need to find the balance of that and get that right. But you look at Ugarte, Cobby, Bruno, some players in there.
Does it worry you a little bit? Obviously, I don't want to just ask you about worries, but when you see Eriksen playing at his best and the ball playing and the quick 1-2s and all that, do you think we need an extra player like that next season? Like when Eriksen,
we need that profile of player.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I remember Scholes kind of discussing it. I was buzzing about Ugarte, and I still am, but he was kind of of the opinion we need a controller, and I think we need both.
Yeah.
Like you need that controller, but then it kind of comes down to, all right, you got Cobby, you got your Ugarte. If you get a controller, what happens to Bruno? And I think Bruno is a fantastic player. I hate people when get onto.
Well, there's been a lot of that this weekend. Obviously, he
he
gave
has
the
to
ball away
try
34 times against.
He had a bad
Palace,
one
which was
against Palace.
Yeah.
But also, you'd expect that number to be 10 to 15 again.
Because
he's going to try
pushing
things,
28
you know what I mean?
times. Yeah, that 20 wouldn't be ludicrous.
And if you want any player to try things, it's
yeah.
him. And also, some of the, whilst it says he's given the ball away that many times, obviously that's true. There's a lot of times where he plays the right pass into the right, but the defender just get like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still a great pass.
Yeah.
And the winger's still potentially in, but the defender's just gotten it, so it's a misplaced pass.
Yeah.
Like,
or you put a cross into a good area, or
yeah. Or like that pass that he fizzed across the box.
Yeah.
To Xerxes and Garnacho. I think the Palace player touched that.
Yeah.
So that probably counts as a misplaced pass.
Yeah.
But you actually created an opportunity.
We almost scored from it.
You know what I mean? So I think stats sometimes can lie a little bit. I do think he had a bad game. And I think if he had a good game against Palace, we win 2 or 3-0.
Yeah.
And when what I was talking about the list of players I was kind of going through, look at the forwards as well. We've got such an abundance of talent. Like Garnacho, young, amazing. You know, Rashford, hopefully finding some form. You've got Amad Diallo, who looks incredible. Xerxes and Højlund. Like 2 very good young strikers.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's so much to be positive about Man United, but then that's where the demand for results comes from.
It's annoying though, isn't it?
Football is good.
It's annoying when you do play so well and you don't get results, because it's like eventually you think that'll come. And you know, there is a reason why Arteta kept his job despite finishing 8th twice. Like, and it wasn't because we love finishing 8th as Arsenal fans. I'm not I'm an Arsenal fan, but the Arsenal fans love finishing 8th. It's because they saw above and beyond the actual week in, week out results. Like last season, if we'd have had another season like that, even up to Christmas, I think it would have been time for Ten Hag to move on. Like the way we just couldn't get to grips with the team, we couldn't sort of structure and make chances reliably. We come conceding shot after shot after shot. If it felt like that again, I would be like, nothing's happened. Like I back the manager, but at some point you have to start making your players play well, because otherwise, what even are you? I can make Man United be shit every week. But the fact that we are playing really well, hopefully the people above him see that, and the players see that as well, crucially, because we don't need... I'm not even worried about if we keep playing like we did against Palace, because we'll win most games. It's if the players go, this isn't working. We're trying every week, we're pressing our arses off, winning the ball back, but we're 11th. I hope they don't lose heart, because that would be difficult.
I think the players would have left that game feeling positive. I felt more positive than negative.
Yeah, I did.
And you look at the big chances missed stat. I think we lead the table with 17.
Yeah.
And the closest to us are like Villa and Liverpool with 12.
Yeah.
And if you look at the amount of goals they've scored, I think they've scored 5-6 goals more than us.
Yeah.
So you know, if we were we had the average missed chances, or the
the
same as them, but we scored 5 of them, suddenly it was like, fucking hell.
Well, if we'd scored 5 more... I mean, we scored 2 extra goals against Brighton that were both disallowed. One of them was just Rashford was a little bit offside, fair enough. The other one was a ridiculously unlucky hit Xerxes' knee. I think we win that game if that goes in.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool, we could have maybe lost 3-1, so who cares? But the Palace game, we should have beaten Brighton and we should have beaten Palace. And if we did, what would that be?
5 points extra.
5 points extra. And all of a sudden you're like, top 4, yeah, this is good, moving in the right direction. So it is tough, but do you think we have to accept that we're a bit of a sort of cup team? Or do you think that the league form's what's going to save Ten Hag's job?
I think the league form has to be paramount
Yeah.
to what we're doing and where we're finishing. But obviously the cups are important too. But we do need to have a good league season. We do need to have, especially when you look at Chelsea are improving.
Yeah.
What's going to happen with Tottenham? Villa are still very good. You've got City and Arsenal up there. Liverpool look like they just kind of picked up where they left off from last year. I do think they could go for a wobble with the new manager, but they're looking good at the moment.
And it's
So you need to be picking up your points, man.
Like we as United fans, we know it. Other than when Fergie left, we were champions. But whenever we get a new manager in, it's because the last one's got sacked and we're shit, and the club's in disrepair. No one's trying anymore. We've got players on crazy way. All the same storylines that we've seen over and over again for the last decade. Liverpool, Slot's almost had the perfect time to come in because everyone's like, how do you take over from Klopp? A Klopp that finished in the top four like 2 of the last 3 years, but was nowhere near a title challenge, finished outside the top four, was getting top four on the last day of the season. Like, since they won that league title, they've done as many shit seasons as they've had good seasons.
They also have a reasonably good squad.
Exactly.
As well.
But finishing third, where it's like a decent thing to take over from, because you're not expected to challenge Arsenal and City. So if you just come in and have a good, challenging top four and do a couple of cup runs, Slot will be able to keep that confidence going, keep things rolling over. Whereas at United, you either take over the greatest manager of all time, and actually the greatest manager of all time, not Klopp, who's won 1 title in 9 years, or you're coming into a squad that's absolutely shit. Like, I feel like he's done well to get in there.
We're missing 1 or 2 players, but this squad isn't shit.
No, it's not.
And when you was talking about Eriksen's replacement,
Yeah,
I think Eriksen obviously has certain aspects of his game which are better, but Mason Mount should be that.
Yeah,
could be that.
Do you think he can play that deeper role?
Yeah, especially with the energy that he has to get forward as well. But Mason Mount should be that, and Mason Mount's a player. It's just weird. Where does he fit in?
Do you rotate Bruno for him when he's giving the ball away?
Bruno isn't a rotation player, is he?
No.
Maybe for Europa and stuff, but I'm sure that's not what Mason Mount imagined when he came to Man United.
Before we carry on, this podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, and using our code Paddock24, you can get 20% off and free shipping at checkout. The link is in the description. But what does Manscaped bring? They are the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming. That means they know what they're doing when it comes to your plums. But it's not just that anymore, because with the new beard hedger, they're taking care of upstairs as well. And alongside that, of course, you've got the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, so upstairs and downstairs is covered. It's like buying a 2 up, 2 down house, except it's 1 up and 1 down. And the thing with Manscaped as well is they're always innovating. The new Lawnmower 5.0, it's got 2 interchangeable blades. It's got your classic trimming blade and the foil blade to get extra close. I use that bit just around the little neck piece when I'm trying to get it nice and tidy underneath the old chin. Again, using the code Paddock24, you get 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped know what they're doing. It's waterproof. It's got a light on it so you can use it in the dark. And it's not just in the dark because you're not going to a cave to trim. When you get around there, there's shadows you didn't think about. Especially if something's happening down there, you're casting a little shadow. The light helps you with all of that stuff. And like I said before, it's waterproof as well, so you can do it in the shower, in the bath, in the toilet, underground at the local swimming pool as well if you want to do it there. You're not going to get mess everywhere because there's no water getting. It's not electrocuting yet. And also, there's a multifunctional on-off switch. There's all the things you've come to know and love from Manscaped. If you've never tried them before, just try them. Genuinely, I use Manscaped every single time I trim anything. It is with Manscaped. So use the code Paddock24. The link is in the description. Check it out. Have a look what they've got. And again, use that code Paddock24 for 20% off and free shipping. Your balls will thank you. But on performances, the first half of that game, I want to go through some stats with you. United had 66% possession. We had 9 shots, 4 on target, 5 big chances. Palace had obviously 34% possession, 2 shots, 1 on target, 1 big chance. Are you seeing a difference from last season? I know obviously we've said that it is slightly different, but what differences are you seeing?
I think we just look like a better team. We've also got a lot of our players actually fit, which helped. I think the introduction of De Ligt and Mazraoui kept 3 clean sheets in a week, and granted the opposition of Southampton, Barnsley, were 2 of the 3.
But you can't concede less than 0, can you?
But we have conceded, we've kept 3 clean sheets. 4 out of the 6 games have been clean sheets.
Yeah, Fulham, Barnsley, Southampton,
Palace. And we've lost Brighton and Liverpool.
Yeah.
So 4 out of 6 games we've kept clean sheets.
That's good.
Onana looks more confident and looks more within himself. De Ligt is a huge, huge presence. I don't think we're talking about De Ligt enough.
Yeah.
He's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He is, isn't he?
He's proper good, man.
It's like
Mazraoui is. We got 60 million for them.
De Ligt is like 60. Yeah, but that's with add-ons.
too.
That's with add-ons as well. I think at the minute we've paid something like, was it 38 for De Ligt and 12? It's 50 we've paid so far. Like
Mental, isn't it?
that is absolutely mad. Like De
Paid
Ligt.
that for Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
I know.
All due respect to
We paid
Aaron
that for.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, I know.
What?
For Fred.
Fred.
Played more than that for Anthony. I just think.
Fred's someone I haven't thought about in a while.
I know.
Is there someone you haven't thought about in a while that you think you should think about right now?
Someone that we like.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about Alex Telles for a little while.
It's a good guess.
That shot here, the goal that he scored, was it 20 yards out? Was it Villarreal?
Yeah, that was good. Volley.
That was really good volley.
That's when Ronaldo scored the winner.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not thought about him in a little bit.
Yeah,
He's a decent player, but he's. I think he's just had his
someone
contract
popped into
torn
my
up.
head then and it disappeared because he came up in the news this week. Oh, he's a Man United player, former Man United player.
Came up for good stuff or bad stuff, not terrible things.
Oh no!
You notice with the news, it's not usually good
I hate
stuff,
when
is
this
it?
happens. Oh, it was there, and then I thought, let Joe finish his point.
That's why you got to
See,
interrupt me.
this is why though. You know, people, Adam, you're always talking over people. It's
Because this is the alternative. Look at the state of him.
This is what
You can't even think of Darren Gibson's name or whatever it is.
Sleeps today.
I ain't had enough sleeps.
That's you.
Do you wear a fitness watch? Do you wear any of that
fitness
stuff
watch?
to track like your steps and your breaths and
your
your
sleep
sleep?
and that? No.
The sleep stuff is so bad. It's really bad because it makes you get paranoid about your sleep.
Because I'm on the motorway a lot. Yeah.
Sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping. Because I'm on the motorway a lot. I find it hard, like especially when I get back in late. I find it hard to sleep.
Yeah.
I really find it hard to sleep like, when I'm on.
Because you've
I'm
got
off
to
the
be
motorway,
focused
'cause
on
you
the
just-
road.
Like,
Do you ever fall asleep when you're driving? Obviously not like asleep.
It has
asleep, but-
happened once. Not where I've fallen asleep, but where I've gone, I need to pull over here because I'm going to fall asleep.
And just have a nap on the side
Like,
of the road.
No, in
hours.
the services, I just stopped, grabbed a coffee and washed my face.
Hit the slotties.
And just, just like,
You know that little gambling room?
there is always one person that's hitting the slotties, isn't it?
Who is that person?
In a thingy.
I love the
service
gambling room
station.
because it's sort of set out like a sauna, isn't it? It's got like glass doors and the kind of frosted glass, but just enough for you to see the lights are flashing. And there's only ever one person in there, and they're so dark, and the rooms are just pitch black.
And you know when you see the signs at the service stations which say, if you are here over 3 hours, you gotta pay whatever through this app. You think, who the fuck's staying at a service station for 3 hours? It's them lot
Well, that's the holiday.
doing their bollocks.
Just getting in there, because I think those gambling machines, slot machines, could have easily never given out a single penny. Those ones,
Yeah.
because it's a service station. Everything costs more.
It's come back to me.
Go on.
Sergio Romero. You see him the other
I
day?
saw him on Twitter. What happened?
He was scrapping with the Barca fan.
Was he?
And he's a Barca player.
Why is he doing that?
Because they lost against River Plate.
Oh,
and he
that's a
all
classic.
kicked
You don't
off.
do that.
I haven't read any reports into it to find out why it happened or what was said or whatever.
Yeah.
But he proper kicked off. And he's just squaring up to all of them.
He's-
And what I love is the camera goes behind him. So
Like-
you can see the crowd.
like it's
coming-
like GTA 4 or something.
You can see the crowd coming toward, like it's quite sick.
Is it?
Like they occupy a good position.
Would you like to play, if you were a player that was like, obviously, dream is you play for Man United, 60 games a season, talisman, 30 goals,
No,
20 assists.
even if I was like, I'd be that guy. People are going, why don't you just fuck off and leave?
People like you would be saying that.
Yeah.
Like Scott McTominay or something like
But
that.
I'd just be like, nah.
I'm saying.
I'll play for the reserves all my life. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I just want to be
As long
in
as
the
I
building.
got my badge on my chest.
Yeah, it'd be unreal, that, wouldn't it? I'd be wearing it all the
so
time as well.
I'd wear my tracksuit like just anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
So that's obviously the dream. Next step down from that, would you rather play for someone like maybe not them, maybe someone like a Valencia or like a Leon,
Classic club.
someone with a classic heritage, big club but isn't winning a lot anymore,
Fiorentina.
a Fiorentina,
Oh, yes.
or would you rather play for like an AEK Athens, an Olympiacos, a Boca, a River Plate, someone where it's going to be like
What is this?
what?
Why are you bringing up AEK Athens into this?
Well, I mean,
Why are you
obviously
taking
Martial.
digs?
Well, no, I just mean
It's a bit uncalled for.
a club where you're never going to win a European trophy.
Also, you said Boca in that. Boca would be a dream.
Well, do you think? Well, that's what I'm saying.
Boca Juniors are
Because the quality isn't. What I'm saying is a place where the quality isn't as good, but
or like a Santos.
yeah, one of them where the crowd is just cannibalistically excited.
I'd go there.
Yeah, would you?
Even if it was like
Over like a Sevilla or
20%
something.
less wages.
Yeah.
I'd go there. Over like Sevilla.
One of them where everyone's just jumping. Everyone's jumping up and down, like
Imagine the
banging,
crowd.
fucking knocking the stadium down every week. Yeah, and you look up and it's just flare. The whole crowd.
And plus,
just
if you
flares.
become a
And
like
the game's
who
getting called off
moved
every
over
week.
There was a player that's not very good, but he moved over there and was just smashing goals in.
That's what I'm saying.
In Mexico, a striker, French.
What played in Mexico?
I think it was in Mexico.
Was it?
Is it Jean-Pierre?
Yeah.
Gignac.
Oh, Gignac. Yeah. He used to
Where
play
did he
for
play?
Leon. He played for the club that's got.
He plays for
a
Tigres.
tiger. Yeah, I was just gonna say he's got a tiger as a logo. Yeah, Tigres. Yeah.
See, they're like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just
Something
go
like
there,
that.
Flat track.
That's
bully
what
everyone.
I'm doing. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. 28 goals in like 26 games. I don't. For some reason,
You know
we
where,
never play
like-
more than that.
You're not famous. Like you can walk around Manchester or wherever, you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you go to the hometown of the club,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Yeah,
Like
you
you're mobbed. Like they love you.
People
they
just handing you
yeah.
babies and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and you're like, you don't know what to do. Everyone's just buying everything for you. I'd love that.
That would be me. I'd want
I've been
that.
released by Man United. I've got offers from like I said, Lyon, Marseille want me. I'm not going there, but like all those sorts of teams. But Dortmund want me.
Marseille's a big club, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Biggest French club.
I'm sacking all that off. Give me River
You
Plate.
doing what?
I'm sacking them off. The sack is happening right there.
Right. You look a bit sacking it off, don't you?
Really, I do a little bit. That Arsenal City game. Some people are saying it's one of the greatest Premier League games of all time.
Get a fucking grip, you melons.
Every game has to be the greatest Premier League game of all time.
Oh, he's the greatest player ever. Oh.
Yeah.
What? Because you just seen him do something now.
Yeah, that
And
is
it's in you,
literally it.
it's fresh in your mind.
He's the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah.
It's not.
I hate when I say something like Wayne Rooney's the greatest Premier League player, and someone will do, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like you're going on like I just said something mental.
No.
What I've just said is true.
Rooney's up there.
Wayne Mark Rooney.
And the thing with Rooney is he perfectly encapsulates what the whole Premier League was. He
Yeah.
was like the face of the Premier League. What was it, like 6 FIFA covers in a row that he
With
was on?
Ronaldinho, he
With
shared some with
Ronaldinho.
as
I
well.
think he was on with Messi as well at one point. And it's like Wayne Rooney was so much more than just 170 goals.
It's like when he's
100
on
assists.
when he's on the overlap and stuff, or stick to football, and he talks about like, so I was in Barcelona filming this ad with Ronaldinho,
Yeah.
and it's like he says that like it's not a big deal, because Wayne Rooney's just like a man of the people, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, he's quite down to earth, quite chilled, quite relaxed, and also he's enjoying himself, he's enjoying his life,
Yeah.
whatever. So when you look at him now, you wouldn't think anything,
No.
but then he's like, yeah, I was just.
And then you roll it back. He's the only player to ever get 200 Premier League goals and 100 Premier League assists.
He is the
was
greatest Premier League player.
everything.
Like,
He was phenomenal.
Ronaldo was for me the standout. Obviously, Luis Suarez had a great season. Thierry Henry
Henry.
had some great seasons. But Cristiano Ronaldo 07-08 is for me the standout, and it got everything. So it got the, like with Suarez, you go, well, he didn't win the league.
Yeah.
With Henry, you go, well, he didn't win the champ. Like
Yeah.
Ronaldo won the Premier League, won the Champions League, won Ballon d'Or,
Yeah.
and he was phenomenal.
42
40 odd goals, yeah, incredible. That for me is the greatest player I've ever seen.
The greatest
07-08.
Premier League season
Yeah.
of a single player.
Man United player, Premier League player. But whole package,
Yeah.
and you just think of the Premier League as well.
Yeah.
I think Wayne Rooney epitomizes that.
Yeah.
Like he epitomizes all the great things about British football,
Yeah.
and he's fucking class.
And it's more, yeah, exactly. And it's more than, like, he was hard and he would fly into a tackle and he was a bit of a knobhead, but he wasn't just a Vinnie Jones.
And I think he
booting
loves
people
it, you know.
about stuff.
I think
No.
he loves football.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's managing Plymouth, bro. You don't have to manage Plymouth.
No.
Like you really
Yeah.
don't.
He's earning 800 grand a year. He's earning that in interest.
Probably not earning
On-
800 grand a year.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like 10k or 20k a week.
Yeah.
I don't think Plymouth are paying him 20k a week. Do you know what I mean? So I love Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
I've been invited to an event where he's been awarded with something. And my goal for the day is get a picture with Wayne Rooney and shake his hand.
Surely you can get that done. Is it like a sit down? Because you asked us about this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I can't go next week. Is it a sit-down dinner? Is it
I don't
an
know
award
what it is.
ceremony?
I've been invited, dressed nice. It's an award ceremony. I don't know. I'll probably be on a table at the back of the room,
Yeah,
really far away from him.
yeah.
But we're going to try and get him.
I think you can get him.
I'm going to get him.
Surely you can get him.
I
Have you met
love
him
Wayne
before?
I haven't, no. Like, it makes me wish I supported England because when the overlap did the Euros thing,
Yeah.
they had him on. But obviously, I never got a phone call because I couldn't give two fucks about England.
Yeah.
Right. And, that made me think, you should have leaned into England a little bit. You would have got to meet Wayne Rooney.
So annoying that he played when he did as well, because when he was in that team where he was a kid, he was brilliant with all those other brilliant players. But from like 2010 or 2008 to 2016 when he was playing, it was a proper dip in quality of England players. Like when you've got like
Andy Carroll and all
Scott
them.
Carson and Andy Carroll and fucking Gareth Barry playing every week, you're like, come on. Like he's sort of sandwiched between great eras, and he was part of that, part of that sort of first one. But like, yeah, it's just such a shit. If he was playing in this team now, imagine the whole, Foden, Bellingham, fuck off. There is no question.
He's Ballon
You do
d'Or
what
winner.
you want around him.
He's the Ballon d'Or
Yeah,
winner.
imagine him and Kane in the same team. Imagine him and fucking...
Nah, fuck Kane. Kane
Yeah, but those two, you're getting 2 goals a game out of them two.
Rooney's amazing, man.
Rooney
and
is
it pisses me
absolutely
off.
amazing.
Rooney, Scholes, Gary Neville, they all have this thing where they downplay how good there was, man.
I like that.
And then you get people coming to you and going, well, how can Rooney be the greatest when he said Harry Kane's the best English striker ever? Like, It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, of course he's going to say,
Because
And I think he kind of means in an England shirt.
Yeah, but also it's because they're not from a generation where it's like everything you do is through a social media lens. Like, obviously I like Bellingham, but everyone sees the whole like how.
Can you imagine Beckham?
How he
How many
approaches
followers he
that,
would have?
globally.
How
He'd
many-
have about 500 million
The
followers.
deals he would get, like.
But they're from an era where you played football because you loved playing football, and social media and all that extra stuff was just coming in at that time. But Rooney's just a bloke who loves football, who's
Also-
better than anyone else that you've ever seen.
Ain't nobody trying to buy no Jude Bellingham fucking branded stuff.
No.
Why, anyway? David Beckham had his aftershave,
I've still got some of his aftershave.
had his Brill cream, had his boots,
Had his boots.
had his curtains, little curtain piece.
Love that.
Yeah, I love Beckham.
Yeah, me too.
Beckham is like the guy I wished I was for so long.
I think you are like him.
A little bit. I was often called the Bollywood Becks.
Bye.
Just people and that.
Just
Local news.
Local news. We're here now with we're calling him the Bollywood Backs. And you're like, no goals or assists again today, Backs. Watch this. Probably like bending it back together, the corner. Just quickly, since we last spoke, there was reports of United when they moved to the new stadium, keeping Old Trafford, downsizing it, turning it into
I've still got to do my survey.
a team for the
Haven't done my
academy.
survey yet.
Huh.
To send you a survey, innit? Would it be a good idea? Is there a video in doing the survey?
Well, I thought about that, but I think it says it takes 15 minutes, which when you do it
That's
on
a long video,
it's
isn't it?
now a long video.
Yeah.
It's 15 minutes when you by yourself on the train.
Glazers out. Stadium shit.
Yeah,
Pies are too hot.
yeah. Eyes are too hot.
Rains a lot. Can you
Yeah,
sort that out?
more than just Carling, please.
Wi-Fi's all right, but I have to reconnect every time I'm there, so fix that.
Yeah,
Anything else?
win more games.
Win more games.
Yeah, bigger seats.
Fuck Anthony off.
Yeah, bit harsh. But they've since announced, it's sort of come out through the journalists that they're not going to be able to downsize Old Trafford, and if they were to move to another stadium,
They have to keep it 80,000.
they'd have to knock it down.
Wait, what?
That they're not going to be able to.
No, I ain't on it then.
Really? But surely you knew that if we left Old Trafford, we wouldn't be there anymore. Did you think we'd
you
still
know-
be playing home games at Old Trafford, but we've just got this new 100,000
This is
seat
mental.
next door just
What I'm
having a
about
laugh?
to say, I know it's the wrong thing.
Okay.
And I know it's mental.
Okay.
I'm happy with Old Trafford the way it is.
Yeah.
It's a bit selfish, but I get to go and sit in my seat in a Stretford and I like it. I like the people around me. I don't really give a fuck for... I don't go to games to... Oh, what food options have we got? Or
Yeah.
Although that would be nice, having a few different, a little tackle stand and shit outside.
On the pitch.
Yeah.
Well, I think what we should do is turn the whole pitch into just.
You could get Anthony serving it, walking around with hot dogs.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Do you remember when they tried that briefly at Old Trafford?
What?
People walking around with those
Hot
big
dog,
things
hot
on their back, and they'd
dogs.
have popcorn and they'd have.
No, I never saw
They
that.
never lasted for long. I imagine a couple of them got told to get fucked or something.
Flipping the whole thing when United couldn't see. Excuse me, can I just get across with this? It works in baseball because fuck all happens for 4 hours, but in football, stuff's actually happening. I mean, at the minute it's United conceding, but generally that
as
doesn't
we've
work.
discovered this week, 3 clean sheets, mate. No,
For
three
this season.
this week,
3
3
this
clean
week,
sheets.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't talk about the one that came before 2 defeats.
Okay, fine. So you don't need a new stadium.
I might actually fill in my survey now.
I quite respect that,
keep it.
actually. I quite respect that standpoint of actually, because I go back and forth on this.
What's wrong
What's
with
wrong
it?
with it? It's the biggest stadium biggest club stadium in the country.
Can they put some more seats into that?
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
You know the problem is for them. The concourses are yay big.
I know.
So if they want to do like what they want, they have to make it double,
Yeah.
so they can have more.
It's almost like they need to
Because
take.
if you've seen the concourse at Wembley, is massive.
Yeah, it's gigantic. It's
But
literally.
it is just empty space.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I
It's
mean?
just
Like-
it's all just empty concrete.
Yeah.
It's just a concrete ceiling with a sort of staggered roof where the seats go up, and then
also-
gaps.
It's like everything. We'll get a new stadium, and then it'll become, 50. This is fucking shit. Like Wembley's shit. I think Wembley's shit.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I like going, but I'm not a huge fan of it as a stadium.
It's shit.
Yeah,
Because all the money, like we've been to some big old good stadiums as well.
yeah.
Wembley's nowhere near.
No, it's not. Wembley. The problem with Wembley is it came just before all
Yeah.
that. When was the last FA Cup at the Old Wembley? Like 99?
06.
No, it wasn't.
No.
They were doing fucking
Sorry,
Wales.
the first one in the new Wembley was
yeah.
07.
When was the last one at the Old Wembley? 99?
No, it was was it Chelsea
2000?
Villa?
Was it 2001?
Chelsea Villa?
Oh.
But
But that's what I'm saying. So they came up and designed the plans for the new Wembley in the 90s when the internet wasn't in everyone's house at broadband level.
Wait, I
when
need to know that.
Social
Sorry, I
media,
need
we'll get it. When social media didn't exist, Chelsea Villa 2000, you were right.
fucking yes!
So when they designed the new Wembley, none of the things that we take for granted now existed. Like, it just wasn't there.
Wi-Fi weren't even a thing.
I mean, it wasn't. Public Wi-Fi wasn't.
No, not in
In the
1999.
90s. Nowhere
You
near.
still had.
Yeah, exactly. Broadband wasn't really a thing. So that's why it's slightly behind, because it's massive, but it was built and designed in the 90s, basically. Whereas United's is going to be, I mean, they're always going to be behind if in 20 years. This is the problem. When you have a high-tech stadium, in 20 years' time, it ain't high-tech anymore, and you need to put a new screen in, and you need to update all this, that, and the other.
Because knowing my luck, I'll die or something before we even see it.
What do you mean, knowing your luck? Your life's done pretty well luck-wise, do you not think?
Yeah, I've been a lucky boy, haven't I?
You've been all right, yeah. I think you'll be absolutely fine.
I just have this thing.
What?
I'm going to miss out on some stuff and
FOMO.
die early, yeah.
Well, just don't die early then.
I'm old now, so
You stay fit, you get
I
in the gym.
suppose that fear should have left me when I was 25.
You're eating the goji berry smoothies.
Nah.
I feel like the goji berry's gone massively
What
out
is
of
a
fashion,
goji
by the
berry?
way. Do you not remember about 5 or 6 years ago, everyone was talking about goji berries and chia seeds?
But you hang around in those hipster kind of smoothie places.
I'm in the goji circle.
Oh, can I have a falafel and a goji berry smoothie?
Yes, please. That's going to cost you $19.99. Unbelievable. Right, that's going to be all from us. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been Uncensored. Also, oh yeah, we've got a new handshake. Let's see if we can do it first time.
We're getting good at that,
We're getting really good at it.
We're getting really
Share
good
it
at
with your friends. See you in a bit.